Hello, my name is Missy Lee, and this is artifact number 6 for Standard 3.1 of the ISTE Criterion 8, Implement Learning Experiences for Students to be Empathetic and Socially Responsible. The goal of this artifact was to create and implement learning experiences that fostered children's empathy and social responsibility, as evidenced by the development and implementation of 2 mini-lessons centered around scenarios to facilitate discussions and promote personal and social development. The first mini-lesson that I created was centered around social responsibility. You can see here I outlined the ISTE standard for students that we would be covering. We had a focus question, related questions, we outlined an objective, and then I outlined the activities that we would be doing in class, presenting scenarios for the students to be able to put into place what they had learned. This is one of the what if scenarios that we did together in breakout rooms. So they were created small groups and they went into breakout rooms and they discussed these scenarios. This is just one of the sheets that one of our students filled out with the scenario and her answers. The next mini lesson that I created was centered around empathy. You can see it follows the same outline as the other lesson that I created. And we even did scenarios around empathy. But first, I thought it was super important for the students to understand emotions because you can't just differentiate emotions from being happy and sad. You need to be able to look at someone's face or talk with them and understand what they might be going through, and that would encourage the students to have empathy. Another activity is centered around emotion and understanding emotions of other people so that we can empathize with them. We went into breakout rooms again, 3 to 4 in a breakout room, and they were able to use their annotation device to match the facial expression with the actual emotion. Hello, my name is Missy Lee, and this is artifact number 6. Standard 3.3 of the ISTE Criterion 10, mentor students in safe, ethical, and legal use, including intellectual property. I created a couple of mini lessons so that the students could work through these aspects of safe and ethical. Here, we're going to be building a sticker. So at the end of both of these mini lessons, the students will have a sticker as a reminder that they need to be safe and ethical. This first mini lesson is centered around those two aspects. We read a book first, and then we had focus questions, we had different activities. You can see here in this activity description and this lesson plan that I also planned extension activities and gave teaching tips to anyone who wanted to use these lessons. We went into breakout rooms and did a think, pair, share. So the students would go into a breakout room and they would think through scenarios highlighting safe and ethical activities. And then they would pair up and talk to each other about how can we be safe and ethical. If someone is asking us for sensitive information online, how can we protect ourselves? And then they shared out what they learned. So one of the activities was going into a breakout room, and the students had to draw themselves saying or protecting themselves, being safe and ethical online. And this young student decided that they would draw the bad guy asking for information about themselves, their address or their email address, whatever it was. And the student drew herself here and wrote down no. I love that. As you can see here, I created a mini lesson around being appropriate and legal. Here, you can see I outlined the lesson with focus questions, objectives, resources that we might need, and we also had activities that would encourage the students in this learning of being appropriate and legal.
This is a picture of the seal that we created as a culminating activity to put everything together. You can see that S is for safe, E is for ethical, A appropriate, and L is legal. The students made a sticker so they could put it on their computers to be reminded how to be a good digital citizen. Finally, we ended this lesson by creating classroom digital rules together. Hello, my name is Missy Lee, and this is artifact number 6 for Standard 3.4, Criterion 11, Model Responsible Use, including protection of digital identity and personal data. The goal of this standard or criteria was to ensure that all students understood the importance of protecting personal data and digital identity and demonstrate this understanding by implementing best practices in managing their own digital identity and private personal data. To meet this goal, I created 2 mini lessons with a culminating activity where we would create a footprint with the reminder on the toes of how to be good digital citizens. You can see here my mini lessons were called Give Me 5, which would go to the 5 toes on the sticker at the end. And then we also did a mini lesson centered around passwords and making sure that they were safe. Here is an activity that we did in the breakout room where we were able to look at passwords, identify passwords, make strong passwords, and then also judge passwords. Let us know if they were good or bad, strong or weak. Finally, here is that culminating activity where we created a sticker of a footprint, and be reminded to think, to ask, to be kind, to be honest, and to be safe. That is their digital footprint. And we wanted to make sure that they knew it mattered.